hopefully propose some solutions. One of the premises of the shir is that no one wakes up in the morning deciding to be the villain in their own story. So when we find villains in Tanach, they're usually more complicated than just being, Snidely Whiplash. So we're going to go through Perek Gimel. We're going to try to figure out who the villain is, if there is one, and then try to understand why they're doing what they're doing. And if I could have someone who wants to start reading, that would be fantastic.
So we're V'hinei ish Elokim bam Yehuda b'dvar Hashem.
It's like we are
Bethel.
Okay.
1 Kings 13. 1.
As he ascended the altar to present an offering.
No. So
a man of God arrived at
yes,
okay,
a man of God.
Got it.
B'dvar Hashem. V'yaravim omed al hamizbeach lahaktir. So this navi comes from Yehuda, according to the word of Hashem, to Bethel, and Yeravam is standing on the mizbeach to bring a carbon.
Right. So I'm going to interrupt, which I do mercilessly throughout this. So to give everyone the background, we kind of mentioned it last time in passing. What we have here, what we're about to read, is the splitting of the kingdom of the Jewish people. There was, once upon a time, the Jewish people had one king, and after Shlomo HaMelech, that all fell apart. And God gave the northern 10 tribes of the kingdom of what we will call Yisrael to Yeravam ben Nevat. And Yeravam ben Nevat had a big problem. He can't go to the Beis HaMikdash when it's time for Hakel, because then there's going to be 2 kings, and everyone will basically sniff out who the imposter is, because only kings from Malchus Beis David are allowed to sit in the Beis HaMikdash, so he'd have to be standing, and then who's going to read from the Torah first, and there's all kinds of problems. So Yeravam, in the previous parak, basically decided, I'm doing my own thing. I'll make my own mizbeach, I'll make my own holiday in a different month. That's why we don't have a holiday in Mar Cheshvan, so he picked Cheshvan. The pasuk says that he badam milibo, he picked it out of his hat, out of his heart. And now Yeravam has called everyone together, and this is his royal inauguration. He's about to go up onto a mizbeach that's outside of the Beis HaMikdash and offer up a korban and inaugurate his kingdom. Everyone is there, and now this navi from Yehuda, and we stress that he's from Yehuda, he's from the other kingdom, is going to come and reign all over his parade.
No, the question, right away, the question is he not like it makes a difference? Maybe it's just if you're one of there or two. But is he doing it according alza kohen or alza a king?
So we'll see at the end of the parak he makes his own kohanim. It seems from here that there's no consensus among the Rishonim whether he is intentionally trying to sin, or if he is really just l'shem shamayim. He knows he has to do something that is legitimate, and the people won't follow him otherwise. So, with the best of intentions, he might be going in the wrong direction, but he feels that this is the what Hashem wants from him.
Right, but even a bum at that point
was usher. Halachically, what he's doing is not kosher. There's a lot of not kosher in here, but the difference between intentionally violating halacha versus violating halacha thinking that you're doing the right thing is actually something we're going to dig into a lot in this paragraph.
I bet there's cool robes here.
Okay, Yossi, thank you.
Vayikra al mizbeach b'dvar Hashem. So this navi is now calling to the mizbeach. V'yomer, and he says, mizbeach, Komar Hashem. So says God.
And your golden hair.
He being nolad. Lebeis David. Yoshiyahu Shmo. There's going to be a son to Beis David. Yoshiyahu is his name. V'zavach alecha es kohane habamos hamaktir molecha va'atmos adam yisrfu alecha. So
this guy Yoshiyahu is going to wreak havoc. So there's a couple things to point out over here. First of all, we assiduously avoid people's proper names other than Yeravam's. We don't name the Navi over here. His name is Isha Elohim. And we won't name him throughout the entire parak, which is very odd. The Navi does not address Yeravam, not by name, not by title, not by nothing. He addresses an inanimate object. He is now prophesizing to a Mizbeach. And he's informing the Mizbeach of what will happen in the future. Mizbeach, you should know that in 300 years from now, in Melachim Bet, in Perek Chav Gimel, all the way at the end, there's going to be this very righteous king. His name is Yoshiyahu. We read about him on Tisha B'Av, about the death of Yoshiyahu. There's a kina that Yirmiyahu makes. So Yoshiyahu was going to try to undo all of the evil that all these other kings have done. And part of what he will do is take all the Kohanim, quote unquote, that have offered up korbanos on this bony mizbeach, and he will burn their bones on the mizbeach as well as he will offer them up on the mizbeach as well as the bones of a man, quote unquote. We all know that he's talking about Yeravam, but he doesn't say Yeravam. He's going to take the bones of Yeravam, and he's also going to burn them on top of this very same mizbeach. So that is his.
Maybe he didn't want to get himself killed.
Yeravam was not alive. This is Yeravam's dead. He's going to dig up his bones.
Body and burn him.
Are there people who can hear him say this? Or
So again, the scene is Yeravam is. It's Madison Square Garden, and Yeravam is right there in the center. All the spotlights about to inaugurate his mizbeach. And this man of God, we're going to call him Iddo. That's what the Chazal say his name is. He grabs the mic away from Yeravam. I got something to say, and he says it in front of everybody in stunned silence.
Obviously, maybe they don't use his name because you don't want to get himself killed. But if everybody knows who he is,
right? Yeah, Chazal kind of let the cat out of the bag.
No, but maybe figure like he can run afterwards.
Well, he
didn't say just say if.
Right. Well, let's see. He's got more. But wait,
Brian. V'nosan b'yamahu mofes lemor l'zeh mofes asher diber Hashem. On that day, there's going to be a sign.
So
this is the mofes that Hashem says.
Yeah. So
I love
Bayom Hahu. You're right. Is usually on that day, but it actually refers to right here and now. Like on this very day, what I'm saying is going to happen because I will give you a sign that will happen in the next 15 minutes.
Shinei hamizbeach nikra v'nishbach hadeshen asher alav. It's going to break, and the pile of ash is going to spill.
Right.
Vayhi kishma hamalach es dvar shalokim asher kor al mizbeach v'veisel, again giving us time and place.
Right, time and place, but no name of this guy.
When the Melech heard this, vayishlach Yeravam es yado ma'al mizbeach lemor tifsuhu.
Grab him, seize that man.
Vativash yado asher shalach alav v'lo yochol lahashiva elav. His hand dried up.
Yes.
Paralyzed.
That he tried to reach out to him, he wasn't able to take it back.
Yeah. So there's a lot of different touches of what actually happened to his hand. Became paralyzed. There was one touch I saw that it became like gangrenous, that it shriveled up in that kind of way. But yeah, his arm is frozen. He says, grab that man, and now he can't pull his hand back. The other thing that I will point out, this idea of lahashiv, to return, is that term we should keep an eye out for it because it's used throughout this parak all the time. It's used in terms of doing teshuvah. It's used in terms of where you're allowed to go or not allowed to go. I can't return with you. I can return this way and not return that way. So you'll see this word. The academic term for it is a leet word, which is I think German for like a commonly used word. But you'll see it all throughout the parak.
Yeah, but okay.
So it's there kind of as to pay attention to how it's used and when and why it's used.
Hamizbeach nikra v'yishafech hadeshen min hamizbeach. Like you said, the mizbeach broke, and the pile of ash spilled from the mizbeach. Kamofes asher nosan es shalokim v'dvar Hashem, according to what the navi had said. What?
Kusinaka.
Vayan hamelech v'yomer elish elokim.
This is like only a Jewish bad story. Like, okay, stop it. Pray to him that I can put my hand back.
Right.
Right. Like, no other religion would do that.
Right.
We'd be like, you ain't doing that. What are you talking about? No.
Right. The king doesn't freak out. He gives orders.
Chalnos pnei Hashem elokecha.
Yeah, he's like the Rosh son. Right?
Yeah.
V'hispalel ba'adi v'soshov yodi eloi. Daven and get my hand back.
Right. Chalna is the lashon of make yourself sick. In daven so hard that you like double over from your davening.
Vayechal esh elokim es pnei Hashem v'toshav yad hamelech elav v'atihi kivarishona. So he davened.
This is wild. The king gives him an order. The wicked king who's about to do a wicked thing orders the Navi to do something. Navi's like, yeah, no problem.
Okay.
Let's
No,
do
but
that.
the thing is also part of right. Oh, but he said that he himself didn't do it. It was David did it.
Yeah.
All he could do is Daven. It's not like he could undo it.
Right, he doesn't say fix it.
And then
100%. He
he
doesn't
does
say fix it. He says Davin. He knows that God did this, right? He doesn't attribute this power to the Navi.
No, but the Navi could be like, all right, but he's asking me, I'll Daven. If David wants, David wants.
Right.
Not.
Right. Kadaber Hamelach Elish Elokim Boa iti habaisa Usada ve'etna lecha matas. So he's trying to like make buddy with him.
Yeah, so this is it's all about the optics, right? He's in front of everybody,
Politics.
and he has to he has to spin this. He can't look like he's not in control. So he's got to get up there and say, "Oh, look, this is just a big misunderstanding. We're going to go back. We're going to have
Lunch.
we'll sit down. We'll have a beer. We'll work this all out. We'll be right back, everybody. And don't worry." But that doesn't fly.
Miraculous Melech Im Titanli Eschatzi Beisecha Lo Avo Imach. It doesn't matter what you give me. I'm not going with you. If you give me half your house, below Ochal Lechem below Eshte Mayim. I'm not going to eat or drink in this place.
So this is also an important theme throughout the parak of being able to sit down and have a meal together.
I was like commanded, according to this, Lo sochal lechem v'lo sishtemayim v'lo soshuv baderech asher halachta. Like, don't stop, keep going.
Don't return in the same
fine.
way that you came. You came on road A, you have to go back
right.
on road B.
Okay.
Right? So
Okay.
this is a very interesting commandment that Hashem gave him. Go prophecy to this Russia and tell him he's going to be destroyed. Also, don't like make a pit stop with him and have a hamburger.
And also, whatever route you took there, don't
Right,
walk.
right.
Don't use that
Don't go
route
back on the same road.
V'elech b'derech acher v'lo shov b'derech asher ba va el beis kel el beis. So he went and he went on a different road and he didn't return on the road that he had taken when he came to Bethel.
Right. He did what Hashem told him to. So far, the villain of our story is pretty clearly Yeravam, right? He's not doing what he's supposed to be doing, and the Navi Iddo seems like he's done everything he's supposed to do. He made his prophecy. He said he rejected all the offers and he followed the instructions of Hashem. Are we all on board with that?
Yeah, and I think he telling him to go back home a different way means that they can't run after you.
Was he
You
not
go
supposed
back
to help with the hand situation?
Was he not? I don't know. I
No,
mean,
but
you can daven for the guy.
No, but maybe he also figured, listen, I'm a Navi. If David wants to, I'll daven. If David wants to give me that David
Well, it's kind of like with Bilam. Where we have the whole thing like, if he had been able to curse Israel at that time, there's a power to it, and so Hashem made it not that his curse didn't come true, but he wasn't even able to curse.
Right.
So like here, it's like, okay, well the Navi did something. Maybe he wasn't supposed to do something.
All he did was daven. I mean, I'm more, why shouldn't he go back on the same place? But it's probably because if they know they want to go get him, they'll say, oh, he came this way. It's where he is now.
It would be kind of silly if he then told the king that he wasn't going to go back in the same road.
Right. He does.
It's almost like the villain.
Right.
And my plan wasn't.
I'm monologuing.
Right. Yeah. The Navi seems to have like. I don't think anyone would chase after this guy. You know what I mean? After the show he just put on, I certainly wouldn't be comfortable like doing.
Seize him. No thanks.
Yes.
I
will pass on that.
I'm gonna stand here with my shield and sword and uniform.
No, but I think
Just
that's
wait.
what it is. It's more of like, because they might afterwards, even if he refused, might still come
Both of
after
my
him.
hands.
Right.
And you see, they fool him anyway.
Okay. So
Clearly, this is a foolable guy.
Okay, now that Melech has given us some
Spoiler.
foreshadowing, why don't
Spoiler alert.
why don't we continue? Who wants to pick up from Yudala?
Yudala?
Yes,
I only have English.
go for English.
Okay. There was an old prophet living in Bethel. A new yogurt I had is called Bethel. Yeah, it's non-homogenized.
It's probably the same
It's
thing.
called Yisrael.
Yeah.
There was an old prophet living in Bethel, and his sons came and told him all the things that the man of God had done that day in Bethel, and the words that he had spoken to the king. Okay, so the sons of this old Navi, or with the holy guy,
Right.
they said when they told it to the father said, No. Which road did he leave by? Right? His sons had seen the road taken by the man of God who had come from Judah. See, now I have a question. You follow the Abish's reasoning. Don't go back on the same road.
Mm-hmm.
So, but the fact that they saw him where he went kind of like disqualified that whole...
No, you decided in your head that it's important for people not to know which road he came on.
Okay.
It doesn't say in here that
But
it was...
Abish is not protecting him, is my point.
I don't know. Let's see.
All right. I'm just saying.
Take it easy,
Okay.
man. Take it easy.
So one other important thing to point out, this old navi, he wasn't there, right? Everyone else was at the coronation. He didn't come, so that makes some sort of statement, right? The kids were there. Everyone else is there. Why is this old navi not there?
Maybe he
Maybe
doesn't
he's
hold so much of your own.
Yeah,
Why is
maybe
he-
he's a holdout. Maybe he's saying, look, I'm not going to support this.
Oh, or maybe he has instigated sons.
He's a conservative.
Did you see what they did today?
Okay, so let's keep
Okay,
going.
but that's a good point. Okay. It's the road taken by the man of God who had come from Judah. Saddle the ass for me, he said to his sons. They saddled the ass for him, and he mounted it.
All right.
Stop.
Hey, what, I didn't
Wait, so no, this is also
say
important.
anything.
This is also important. Kinderlach.
Okay.
This is also important.
Okay.
Why is this important?
You're the one who gave us the
Wait,
rum.
one second,
Just
Mel.
remember
This
that.
is important
Yes.
because
Yes.
this is the only donkey on the road. If it's a yontif for Yeravam, you're not allowed to be riding on a donkey. So the fact that this old navi gets on a donkey is intentional. He's breaking yontif. You know what I mean? Like if Yeravam calls it a holiday, then everyone has to walk. It's yontif.
All yontif.
You can't be machal yontif. Dafka, get on the donkey. I'm getting in the car on Shabbos, so to speak.
And they
Okay,
told
but
his
there's
kids
also
to do
nowhere.
it.
Yes, he told his kids to do it.
But there is also no other way to get the guy.
Why? He can walk after
He's
him.
a chotomachtas rabbin.
No, but he won't because he's already got hours ahead of him.
How do you know it's ours?
Well, if it's so happy.
Well, we're gonna see in a minute. The navi doesn't go very far. He sits and has like a pina colada under the tree.
All right. So he says, and okay, and wrote after the man of God. He came
Sorry, one
upon
last
him-
point.
Yes.
We don't have a name for this old navi either, right? He
No.
doesn't get a proper name.
No, he doesn't.
We're not told what his name is. Chazal, they spoil the fun again. They tell us that his name was Yonatan ben Menashe, who was listed earlier as a navi for an idol. And when they write the name Menashe, the nun is suspended. It's written in a funny way where the nun is above the word. So Chazal explained that it's really Yonatan ben Moshe, but they didn't want to mention that Moshe's son or grandson or whatever it was helping out Avodah Zarah, so they stuck a nun in there to kind of smooth things over. But now Chazal are telling us what it was anyway.
So this was Gershon?
Yonatan,
Oh, I thought it was.
grandson.
Was this known through a Masorah, or they were able to?
So I think Chazal had a Masorah
Oh, this
for
is
this.
Gershon's son.
Yeah. Maybe it was Gershon and not Yonatan. I don't remember.
I think it was Gershon.
I think you're right. But the reason that
Because
he's
there was a
serving
whole
Avodah
thing
Zarah
with
was
Gershon.
because Moshe made this whole deal with Yisro. Moshe wants to marry Tzipporah, and Yisro says, sure, on the condition that just like I had a chance to check out all the Avodah Zarahs in the world, you have to give your kids, my grandkids, that same opportunity. And then there's this whole thing about he was told by his father or grandfather that you should take an avoda that is zara if you can't find other employment. So he thought that meant avoda zara, but it meant just do a job that that is not normal for you to do.
Well, basically, we say that he doesn't want his daughter to starve.
Right.
That you can't be a priest. Somebody's got to make a living.
Right. But either way, so that's who Chazal say this was. But what's important for us is, again, we're avoiding proper names. We don't
Right.
get the name of the navi. We don't get the name of the old navi. Nobody here has a name.
Okay.
Okay, so he's on his donkey. Vayelech.
And he mounted the road after
14,
the man of
right.
God. He came upon him sitting upon a terebinth. That's a tree.
Terebinth tree. Yes.
Okay.
The elah. The elah.
Okay. And said to him, "Are you the man of God who come from Judah?" "Yes, I am," he answered. Come home with me," he said, "and have something to eat." He replied,
Okay, so does the old navi know that this guy is not supposed to be eating?
I don't think so.
Does he know he's not supposed to go on the way?
No,
The kids told him, from what we said before, the kids told him everything that took place. So,
Yeah, but before he was also talking about the king. What he said to him, "Even if you give me half your wealth, I will not go with you, nor will I eat bread or drink water in this place.
right.
For so commanded the Lord." But that's this place. that, in other words,
In Bethel. So that's what this old Navi, again, this in Pasuk 11,
so
the
this guy
Navi Echad Zaken Yoshed Bethel. He's in the place where Iddo
but
is
that
not
place
supposed
doesn't
to be
have to be
eating.
Bethel. That place could be the place of the Mizbeach. Doesn't have to be the whole town. In this place.
Maybe. Fair. That's fair.
But I get what
So
you're
it doesn't
saying.
say that he found him. He found him under a tree. It doesn't say where that tree was.
No, but he's saying go home with me.
Right, but again, Taza'ela
I
could be
hear you.
under
It could be
this
anywhere,
tree.
right.
It could be a tree that's in Bethel. It could be a tree that's not outside of
Well,
Bethel.
it's for sure outside of
Yeah.
Bethel because he's inviting him back
to
to Bethel.
But I hear what you're saying. Either way, he should have known, and maybe the old Navi also knew.
Maybe the old Navi knew. For sure, Iddo, they should be raising some flags for him.
Yeah,
You're
I
telling me to come back.
Yeah.
You're telling me to eat in the place where I was told not to go back and not to eat. Right?
Yeah. Unless he figures that he already left.
Well,
goes
here,
back to the left.
let's hear Iddo's response to this
Okay.
invitation.
And he said, "Come home with me and eat something." I may not go back with you and enter your home, and I may not eat bread or drink water in this place. So obviously it means Bethel, like you're
Right.
saying. Okay.
So Iddo says, "No way. I'm holding fast to what Hashem said.
God said, don't.
Everything you're offering me is against the rules. I'm not doing it."
The order I received by the word of the Lord was, "You shall not eat bread or drink water there, nor shall you return by the road which you came." I'm not going back because, and then he repeats the whole Navi. "I am a prophet too," said the other,
No,
and
like
then
green eggs, man.
yeah.
Okay, so this is the crux of the whole thing. Let's read Pasuk 18 very carefully.
Right. "I am a prophet too," said the other, and a malach said to me by command of the Lord, "Bring him back with you." First of all, a malach doesn't talk to a Navi. And one has nothing to do with anything.
One second.
That's okay.
Let's go through the whole thing.
And an angel said to me by the command of the Lord, "Bring him back with you to your house, that he may eat bread and drink water." He was lying to him.
Okay.
So
he was
the
lying
pasuk.
to him. He was lying to him.
Right.
That's
This
the end
is
of the
the
pasuk.
dumbest
Kifei shelo.
Navi I've ever seen in my life.
1 second.
So okay, then. So you
No,
say-
the next one.
Okay, so yeah, let's read the next pasuk.
You're a
Navi. I'm an. What is happening here? All right, Navi.
What's it? Let's
He's
read
like
the
a
next
surfer
pasuk.
dude.
Let's read one more pasuk
So
and then I want to discuss.
we went back with him, and they ate bread and drank water in his house.
Okay, so now there's a couple things we have to
This
talk
guy's
about.
like an addict. No, don't. I must eat water. I must eat bread, drink water.
What is the goal of we'll call him Gershom?
Yeah.
Why is Gershom doing this to Iddo? Let's use their assumed names. What is he trying to get out of this? Right? Gershom hears what's going on and he says, "Oh, I know what I need to do. I need to corrupt this Navi and make him do the opposite of everything that he was supposed to do."
So this guy is on the side of this bad king.
I don't know. A
Assuming-
minute ago we said he didn't come to
Clearly,
the.
he
I
isn't,
don't-
because
I
he's
don't-
not at the party. He's being machal the king's yontif. He's clearly showing that he doesn't care.
He's called by the text a Navi. Right?
But the
we
thing is, like,
we know from Chazal that he might be a bad guy.
Okay.
But the text doesn't say there was a Navi Sheker. It just says Navi. It calls him Navi like 50 times.
But I'm saying, if you relate this to somebody else, let's say, a guy, this guy clearly knows what he wants. Oh, there's a Navi? I found somebody that's actually a Navi. Let me go get him. And then the guy says, "Well, I'm not allowed to. Don't worry, I took care of it." He's willing to lie because for whatever end he wants. But I don't think he's there to make the guy undo the thing he was supposed to do. It's like almost
But
like a
as a
guy.
Navi though, he would know that if Hashem tells
No,
another Navi,
no,
do
the
something-
Navi. But I
wait,
mean,
so let's get to that.
No, but I mean to
This
say
is
the
important.
old Navi. The old
Yeah.
Navi clearly sees a guy he wants,
Right.
goes to get him, and the guy's like, "Oh, I'm not allowed to go in this back. Oh, he's
Right.
Hashem talked to me. It's okay already."
Right.
But I don't
he
think
would
he's
know the consequence of
No.
that as another Navi.
he would. But I don't think the old Navi, his main thing was to get the guy to break something he was doing.
Do we have?
He had his own agenda. He wants the guy back in
Yeah,
his
but
house.
what was his agenda?
That's what we have
We
to get
don't
to.
know yet,
Right,
but
that's-
clearly
that's-
he had his
that's-
own agenda, and his agenda didn't seem to break. In other words, that was his cheshbon. Like you're saying, the new Navi's cheshbon was he wasn't allowed to go, and he should have known better. But the old Navi's like, "Oh, don't worry, you can come to me."
Right,
He
but I'm
wants
saying
him to
that-
come to
I'm
his
saying
house.
That the old Navi knows, as a Navi, understands the consequences of
But doing what he's doing.
Yeah, but on his way, I don't even think he had that in mind. The old Navi, to go get the guy, he wasn't thinking, "Oh, this guy has a whole Nevuah." It seems like he just heard there was a Navi Hashem that was
Then why
true.
would he invite him
Then
to
why
come?
would he- yeah.
Like of all
Because he
things.
wants him in his house, and then you see
Why?
later.
Why?
You
But
see
then
later
you
he had a
don't lie to
cheshbon. He
get that
wants.
to happen.
Okay, he wants him in his house. That's
He wants it.
We're not sure. What I'm hearing from you is there's clearly some.
Asher asa shalokim hayom beveiskil. Es hadvarim asher diber al hamelech.
Right.
So
He,
it's not just what he did; It's the words that he said to the king. When this
Say that again,
navi,
say this, what you
when the
said?
navi,
Yes.
the old navi, when his
They
kids
heard
came
that.
home,
Yeah.
they reported accurately. I mean, again,
They reported everything.
meaning they said, "This is what the guy did. This is what he said to the king." So
Oh,
he
so we already
knows
knew
very
that.
Yeah,
well.
So we already knew that he said he couldn't eat.
But to me, I don't know. Okay, maybe.
So what
But
was
that
he
doesn't mean he
trying
doesn't
to
have an
do?
agenda.
To
We
me,
have
to me, it just sounds like two separate stories, and this. But that's part of the problem with Nach and Chumash in general.
Just like shave this off with like a knife.
No, don't touch it. It's getting worse.
9
Put
out of
some
10
lotion
doctors
on.
recommend not doing
None. Oatmeal stuff. Avino.
Yeah.
But I'm saying the Chumash and Nach all the time we see everything with hindsight as if every person's not their own personal thing. It seems like this old Navi's got his own cheshbon. Oh, you heard there's actually a Navi that what he says comes true. Let me go get the guy. When he gets to the guy, says, oh, don't worry, Hashem took care of it. You can come. That wasn't his. That was the other Navi. It didn't seem like the brightest, sharpest tool in the shed.
So let's get to Iddo. Why would Iddo? His first reaction is, no, I can't do that. But I'm a Navi, and a Malach said, oh, why didn't you say so? Sure, let's just go violate everything that I was told to do. What
First of all,
changed?
does a Navi have to be bright?
Yeah.
No, he doesn't.
Yeah, he does. The Rambam says.
That's the Rambam's way. No, we don't pass like him because has to be like a holy guy.
And that was from a Lubavitcher.
No, well, but because the Rambam has this thing that it's the completeness of
of the Seichel.
of Seichel, which people have problems with that.
Okay, but I'm not aware of any foolish Navi, right?
Okay.
There has to be some. He has to have some sort of cheshbon, even a foolish Navi. Let's pretend there's such a thing.
Things like whatever, not to get into the whole Yonah
No, but this
thing, but like, what, you're gonna tell me that Yonah thought he could really run away from Hashem? He panicked. Whatever. There's all different interpretations.
But
of what happened
I
to
can
Yonah,
see
why he
through
ran
this
away,
just reading about it.
but like,
Is there an
there's-
example that we can point to in the Chumash or in Tanach where someone is told to do something by God, and then a Malach comes and says, nope, and we go, okay, we'll just listen to the Malach.
Avram.
Ding, ding, ding.
Oh yeah.
That was
Right?
easy.
Avram
Yeah,
is told,
that's right.
go bring up your son. A Malach comes and says, no,
You don't have to do it.
no more.
Yeah.
Okay, says Avram, no
But
problem.
this guy just says the Malach told me.
Right. I mean, he didn't
Well-
hear the Malach. The Malach didn't speak to him.
True.
Right? Isn't
true.
that that's when the whole thing with the Vilna, when the guy went to not the Vilna Gaon, he went to the other his big Talmud, and they said, oh, the Vilna Gaon signed the Cherem against the Chassidim.
Right, he would have come to you.
So he brought this. He says, if you're gonna undo it, then if you're gonna undo violence, then a Malach is good enough. But if you're gonna ask me to do violence, then that has to be the Eibishter himself.
Enochinami.
Yeah. I think this conversation going, I'm a Navi. Yeah, prove it. Well, angels want me to do this. Checks out.
No,
Why do you just say that?
Why you start way to leave with that?
but it sounds
no, but I
foolish.
think it sounds foolish only if we know this old Navi maybe is sketchy. If he's not sketchy, if this old Navi was an established person
You're
that
right,
everyone
yeah,
knew
okay,
was a
I
Navi,
hear.
Okay, is that
and not
the
only
case?
did we know that the text calls him a
The guy-
Navi all the way
Right,
throughout.
but
Wait,
but he wasn't. Well, I mean, this guy. didn't recognize
Maybe
him as
he
Navi.
flashed him a picture of Moshe Rabbeinu. Listen,
yeah, maybe he knew the
Gershon.
secret handshake.
Could that
no,
be
I'm Gershon. I'm legit. Baby.
Something to the point where
membership card.
I hear that. I
you
hear
know,
that.
if he can prove or if Iddo has a reason to believe that this guy is a Navi,
I can hear
and
that.
then
All right.
not only is he a
I'll go with
Navi,
that.
but he's coming to me saying B'Shem Hashem or the Malach or whatever that there's a new Navias. Okay.
I'll go with that because if this was a crime that we were trying to solve it, we'd be like, obviously the guy knew something to get the guy to come back in his house. So obviously you're saying obviously
So
it
it's
was
a bit of a
legit.
setup for me to do this to you because we're going to get to in a couple of psukim. Iddo gets hammered really bad for this, right? God doesn't come and say, "Oh, that was a big mistake. You shouldn't have done that." God says, God says, "You're dead. You're done." This is not like shogeg.
You're done messed up, boy.
Right. This doesn't sound to me like oopsies. This sounds more like you ruined what I intended to do. And this goes back to why is it so important that he doesn't come back and doesn't eat? You made your point. You got up in front of everyone and you said, you rub them, what you're doing is terrible, and your bones are going to be destroyed. And that was the point, right?
'cause he's giving his credence.
There's like a secondary thing going on
He's
here.
giving his-
Also, don't sit down to a meal and don't travel on a road. Like
He's
so
giving
what?
he's giving credence to it. That's why.
Really? Like that's
No,
No one knows.
No, the
No
whole
one knows.
validity of being a true navi gets thrown into the court of whoever you're eating with. So if he sits down, it's like, oh, now you got the seal of Hashem.
but no one knows. He's gonna come back. We'll see in 2 minutes. It's not-
Everybody knows. Did you see the town? Everybody talks.
they only know after the
No,
fact.
but I'm saying, had he gone? Are you kidding me? There would be like people lying. I'm saying definitely with the Ravim, for sure. Then, had he gone back then, it would have been the seal of the
That right. But with this old navi, let's finish out the pair because it's getting late, and then
Yeah.
we'll try to,
Yeah, say what you want
give
to
it
say.
some context. Okay, who wants to take over pasuk chaf aleph? I'm sorry, pasuk chaf.
That's you, Morty.
Yeah, right. Vayhi Dvar Hashem el Navi Asher.
Sorry, no, pasuk chaf.
Chaf.
Vayhi heim yoshvim el hashulchan.
Oh, right. Wait, what? Hold on.
20.
Yeah. Am I not on the right page now?
No. You just want one pasuk back. One pasuk back.
Oh, yeah, okay. Wait, what? No. Oh, yeah, okay. Vayhi Yoshvim el Hashulchan. Vayhi Dvar Hashem el Hanavi Asher Heshivu.
So this makes it even worse. Now no one has a real name. This guy, we assume, most commentaries assume that this Navi Asher Heshivo, the Navi who returned him, is referring to Gershom and not Iddo. But we've now changed his name. He is no longer old Navi. He is now Navi who returned him, meaning Navi who returned Iddo. But again, we focus on the word Heshivo. He's the returning, and they're sitting at the table. So this will blow your mind. We'll read 2 more psukim, and then I'll tell you what Chazal say about this incident. But go right ahead.
Okay. Vayikra el ish Elokim asher ba. So he said to the ish Elokim that came, Abihuda, Lemor, Kol Amar Hashem, Yan ki marisa ki Hashem velo shamarta
It flouted the word.
es hamitzvah asher tzivcha Hashem Elokecha.
So I don't know what flouted
Because you
means.
went
Like
against.
intentionally went against them.
Murid, from Murid.
You
Rebel.
went
Hashem
you
said,
rebelled
because
against
you
Hashem.
rebelled against the word of Hashem, did not keep the commandments that Hashem commanded you.
And what did he command?
What did you
He
do?
says,
Pasuk chaf beis. What's your
Wow.
big sin?
V'tasha v'tocha lechem v'tesht mayim v'makom asher diber lecha al tocha lechem v'al tasht mayim v'lo savo
So because you did that, comma, here's
Right.
your punishment.
lo savo nevlascha el kever avosecha. You won't reach the kever of your
Your carcass,
Oh.
your dead carcass, won't be buried with in your family plot. You're gonna be killed in a way where you won't even get a normal burial. That's
Wow.
gonna be the
It's
consequence.
like it's like as if just eating bread wouldn't have gotten it done. He's got to like eat
have
bread.
a good.
No, he's got to eat
wings.
bread
He had
and
to have,
drink
like,
water.
yeah, he
Like,
had to have
no,
wings.
don't touch the water.
So here's what Chazal say about this. This Navi Asher Heshivo, the old Navi who Chazal tells us was a Navi Sheker or whatever he was, he worked for Avodah Zarah. Chazal say you see the greatness of Achnasas Orchim because this Navi Sheker was able to have a real Navius because he did Achnasas Orchim with Iddo. So the Achnasas Orchim that he
So we're
did,
saying up until this point he wasn't the Navi.
No, he
Even though
was.
we
He was an
call
old
him one.
Navi.
I don't know, but
You're saying he's a Navi Sheker. Oh well,
It
he
doesn't
lied
say
about that
that.
one thing.
All,
So was
all
he
I can
never
tell
a
you is
Navi, or he was a
all I can
Navi?
tell you is what the Gemara says. The
Okay.
Gemara says that this guy was not a real Navi. Now he has real Navias because he did Achnasas Orchim. What Achnasas Orchim did he do? This is not the Gemara. This is me editorializing.
Right.
It's a mitzvah babi de'avera. He lied to the
Yeah.
guy,
Yeah.
made him violate his Navias,
Yeah.
and this is like the worst Achnasas Orchim you can do. The Achnasas Orchim you're doing is so liftei iver that the guy's going to die because you put him in this situation,
Not
but
only-
you still get
but you
to
get-
Not only
get,
that,
get you
right?
still
But
get
not only
to-
that, what was the other option? To have the Navi say Navius about himself. I'm gonna die.
Or send another Navi.
Wait,
Hashem has
hang
lots
it out?
of. There are lots of B'nai Nevi'im. He could have found somebody else to walk in and say, galloping in on his donkey and say, "Hey, Iddo, because you did this, no, I've got to pick this, Russia who tricked
But
him."
was
It
this
sounds like
to-
the Gemara is implying that he wasn't a Navi before this.
Sounds
point.
like that, right?
Also,
But
the
the
Gemara is
pasuk-
But the
implying.
pasuk says that he was
The
a
Gemara is
Navi.
implying that the mitzvah of Achnasas Orchim will give me nevuah.
Yeah, That's how great Achnasas Orchim is, says the Gemara.
No, but I think it's only,
Not only will it give you Nevuah, it'll give a Rasha Marusha who
but it won't give. It only gives him a nevuah miyichas to the navi that's there. In other words, there's a nevuah that needs to happen now for this navi because of Achnasas Orchim. It came through him, but I don't think that gives you nevuah. Like clearly, that guy was supposed to be told.
Mel's right. Not every person who does Achnasas Orchim suddenly becomes a navi, right? That we can pretty much.
No, it's just there's a nevuah that's waiting here, and that's your carcass is going to get eaten by dogs or something. I don't know, the whole thing is very funny. I don't.
Funny, right?
It gets crazier.
Okay, so more. Do you want to go on a little bit more?
Oh yeah. What was it? Chaf Daled?
Chaf Gimel, I believe.
Chaf Gimel. And after they ate their bread, so
they finished the meal.
Right. Well,
So
it could be that this is just saying the meal was over.
No, it said after he had eaten bread and had drunk.
Right. So,
He
this is also
So
written in a
he
weird
said-
way.
okay.
Yeah. See, who did what for
A lot of
who?
pronouns here.
Yeah. A
Not
lot
only
of
that,
pronouns.
but if you get if you're a navi and you get that nevuah, you don't move. Like I ain't leaving the house.
right.
It's like, well, I'm dead.
Right.
Let's leave. Let's leave to my death. Let's go.
Let's double down.
So from the way most Meforshim explain is that the Navi Sheker Gershom saddles the donkey for Iddo to go on his way.
Wow. Okay.
So now Iddo in the next pasuk Chavdal, this is Iddo who's on the way.
Okay. Ve'elach v'yamtiehu aryeh, and he encountered a lion.
Yes, but there.
Baderach. Ve'misehu v'tihi nevlaso mushlechas baderach, and he. Wait. I'm going to read this in English because I
Yeah, go for
so
it.
this is a little much. He went a lion encountered on the way and killed him. Oh, okay, that is what it meant. I was like, that can't be. He went and encountered a lion on the way and killed him, and his corpse was cast down on the road, and the donkey stood next to it, and the lion also stood next to the corpse, but didn't eat it.
Right.
Didn't eat it. Okay.
Or the
There we
donkey.
go. Or the donkey.
Right. So that's the next
Okay.
pasuk. So the lion kills him. So this is the fulfillment of the prophecy. He's killed, but he's not eaten by the lion. Again, we go back to no one is eating. No one is supposed to be eating, even the lion.
Yeah, the
Right.
lion-
We're going to
the
stress
lion
this in the next
attacks us,
pasuk.
doesn't eat him. Okay.
Right. We're going to stress this
Wow.
in the next pasuk.
V'hinei anashim ovrim ve'yeru es hanavela, and people passed and they saw the nevela. Mishlechas b'derech. V'esa aryeh omed etzel hanavela. So he just stands next to the nevela. V'yovo v'yadabru ba'ir, and they came and they told the people in the city Asher hanavi hazakin yoshev ba, and so now we're back to calling him Navi Zakin.
Yeah. So now they come back to
So
base
without
out.
that commentary, I would think there's different people that we're talking about.
It's
But there
very
are
hard
three
to follow.
different Nevi'im here.
Yeah, it's very hard to follow. So so Iddo is now dead, and there's a lion that killed him and didn't leave, didn't eat him, just hanging out there. So the people come back, and obviously this is a sight, right? This is a spectacle. So they talk about it in the city, the same city that the Navi Azakin is from. If we recall earlier, that was Bethel. Vayishma.
Yeah. Keep going.
Yeah, I'll read it.
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
it.
yeah.
Vayishma hanavi asher heshivo. Now we've returned to calling him the Navi asher heshivo, but we'll just call him Gershom. So Gershom here is asher heshivo min haderach. The Gershom, the Navi who returned Iddo from the way, he hears about this. Vayomer ish Elohimhu, and Gershom says they must be talking about my friend Iddo. Asher mara es pi Adonai. He rebelled against the word of God. V'yidneu Adonai la'aryeh, and God gave him over to the lion. V'yishbirehu, and he broke him. V'miseu, and he killed him. K'dvar Adonai asher diber lo, just like God had prophesied to him, parenthetically through me. Vayidaber el banav, and now he goes back to his old ways of commanding his kids, and he says to his children, Lamor, saying, Chibshu li es achamor, saddle up my donkey. Vayachvoshu, and they saddle up the donkey. Vayelech v'imtza es nivlaso. So he now. Gershom goes on his way and he finds the carcass of Iddo mushlechas baderach, cast on the road. V'chamor v'aryeh omdim etzel hanavela, and there is a donkey and a lion standing there next to. Right, the donkey's not running away. Lo achal haryeh es hanavela. We stress this: the lion is not eating the dead body. V'lo shavar es hachamor, and it's not breaking. Normally lions and donkeys don't get along so well. No, these two are just hanging out, playing cards. The lion is not doing what a lion normally does, which is eat either the dead body or the donkey. No one is eating. Vayisa hanavi es nivlas isha Elohim. So
No, but see, this is also the lion had not eaten the corpse nor did mauled the donkey. So it's not about a not eating thing. It's just that he was not doing normal things that a lion's supposed to be doing. He was just like
which is
he
reinforced.
was like working for the Lord.
Yeah.
Which is, I'm on the clock.
Right.
So Vayisa Navias Nivlas Isha Elohim, and so Iddo. Gershom takes the body of Iddo, Ve'anicheu el Chamor, and he puts it on top of the donkey. Ve'shiveu vayavo el ir Hanavia Zaken lispod ulakavro, and he brings it back to his city to eulogize and bury him. Vayanach es nivlaso bekivro. So Gershom buries Iddo in Gershom's kever, in his family plot. This is actually important later on, the end of Melachim Bet, when Yoshiyahu goes and does all the things that we said he was going to do. He digs up the body of Yeravam and he burns it on his bath. He then sees the grave of this old Navi, the Navi Zaken, and he says, "What's up with that?" And they tell him the whole story of our parak, and they say, "Oh, leave him alone." So burying Iddo in his own burial plot ends up saving this old Navi from being from going through the disgrace that Yoshiyahu does to everyone else. So he buries him in his own burial plot. Vayispedu alav, and he gives a hesped to him, and he says, "Hoy achi, woe my brother." Vayi achari kavro. So after he buries him, vayomer banav lemor, and he says to his children, saying, "Bamosi ukvar tem osi bakever asher isha Elohim kavurbo." When I die, bury me in this same place. Eitzel atzmosav haniach etz atzmosai. Next to his bones, put my bones. Ki hayo yiyah devar asher kara bidvar Adonai al mizbech asher b'beis el v'al kol batei abamos asher ba'arei shomron. Because everything that Iddo said is going to come true. I know it for a fact. Achar davar hazeh, and after this thing, lo shavi ravam midarko. So after this whole episode, you would think that seeing what happened to Iddo should kind of raise some flags for Yeravam in terms of his conduct. You see, if you don't listen to God, bad things will happen even to a Navi of Hashem. No, Yeravam doesn't want to learn a lesson from this. Instead, lo shav, he does not shove, he's not returning, again, that word, midar kohara, from his evil ways. And now this is a play on the word shav. Vayashav, and he instead returns, vayas miktzos ha'am kohane bamot. He makes a bunch of random people into kohanim for his altar, the ones that he wants. Yimale es yado. This is, again, we're beginning and ending the parak with similar themes, and that's usually done to tell you that they're thematic throughout the parak. In the beginning, his arm, he can't use his arm. Here, he's now Yimale es yado. He does whatever his arm wants. Vayi kohane bamod. So these people that Yeravam randomly picks, they are now the kohanim for his altar. Vayi badvar hazel lechatat beit Yeravam, and this thing became a sin for the house of Yeravam. Ulachid lashmid me'al pnei adama, and this is eventually what causes him to be destroyed and wiped out from the face of the Adama. And Mirz Hashem, next time we will we'll try to tie all this together with a nice ribbon. Thank you very much.
Bye, Shimmy.